What's up, guys? Welcome back for season 4, episode 1 of Mic Drop Music Talk, and I'm here today with the one and only Frawley.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me.
Oh my God, thank you for having me.
Jersey girl. You're from New Jersey?
Yes, born and raised. I lived there up until like a year ago. Then I moved here to California.
So what was like the final push to go cross country?
So I had told myself that I would never move to LA.
Really?
Yeah, it was very weird. I was like, I'm a New York girl.
City?
Yeah, I'm a New York girl. I love it here. But then when the pandemic hit, just music kind of stopped.
Yeah.
You know, there was no going into the city. There was no, writing sessions, all of that. And then friends of mine that I worked very heavily with just all decided to jump to LA. And I was like, I guess I got to go too at some point because there's no one else there really.
But you were like diehard New York City girl before that.
I was diehard New York City. I was like, I'll work with you guys when you're back in New York. But then I gave in, and at the same time, like my whole team is here, so I just started rationalizing it a little bit more, and it just made more sense to move here.
And how did you acquire a team? Like, how did all of this start? You obviously have been pursuing music for a long time now.
Yes, I started singing when I was 6 years old. Started getting into writing and poetry around 8. Started playing piano and kind of blending that all together because my inspirations are like Taylor Swift, Adele, like all these incredible, Ed Sheeran, like these amazing songwriters, and I wanted to be able to do that myself.
Yeah.
And knew that I wanted to be a pop singer, but it's like, how do you do that?
Yeah, do you come from a family that's in the music industry at all?
Not at all, no.
Because like when you hear somebody's from New York City, you're like, oh, maybe, but no connections.
No. My family's in construction.
Respect, honestly.
Yeah.
I know what that's like.
Yes.
To come from a not connected family and try and do the LA thing, it's not easy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not easy. But I have to say, I'm very, very grateful for my parents because I am the only one in the entire family that is doing something pretty out of the box.
Black sheep.
Yes, exactly. But they're very supportive of it all.
Well, yeah, because you're killing it.
Oh, thank you.
But was it like a pretty steady climb? Like, is this something you've been working for? Or did you have a moment where it was like overnight, holy shit?
I think it's been a steady climb, which I'm happy about. There are definitely times where it's like, oh my God, things are going amazingly. I'm so excited. And then there are days where it's like the phone doesn't ring. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, what's going on?
And you like have always had pop star intentions, or did you want to do like theater, Broadway, New York City? Like, what's been like the artist evolution for you? I guess?
Yeah. So the ultimate goal was pop star, but I didn't know. I was so young. Like 11 years old, not knowing how do you be a pop star at 11 years old. So I got into musical theater. And would do a lot of auditions and acting and all that kind of stuff. And eventually I started uploading audios, like little covers to SoundCloud. And eventually they blew up. Started posting videos onto Instagram. It was pretty new at the time. I think it was like 2012 or 11, whenever Instagram
was hot.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of finagled my way into the music industry through that because...
Through Instagram or SoundCloud?
Both.
Yeah.
So I would... This is so crazy. But I was so... I hate to say this word. I don't want to... I'm just going to say it because I can't find another word. I was like desperate to get in and put my foot in the door. But, when you're 13, 14, 15, you don't know how. And you don't come from a family with any of those resources or the knowledge of any of that. So I had to do it myself. So there were countless nights where I would go on Reddit, go on just dive through the internet and try and find emails to anybody that worked in the music industry at like Universal Music, like heads of labels. Like, it was crazy.
I can't believe you were putting in that like much focused effort at 13 years old.
100%. I still have those emails. I'd love to find it and just like look at what I said.
It's like a manifestation in a way.
Oh, for sure. And it's so funny because I would email them and tell them all about me and my passion, but I didn't have a demo to send them, you know, of like my own songs. I'd just be like, I just hope that they take my word for it. I got no responses. No responses. But, you know, we put it out there.
And you're putting yourself out there, and that honestly is half the battle with this whole industry, is just being able to put yourself out there and be like, here I am. Like, that's literally such a huge hurdle. And the fact that you got over that at such a young age, I feel like really probably served you very well. Oh, for sure. And then when Instagram kind of came into the picture, I was able to, the emails weren't working, but I was making covers and I had, you know, some buzz on SoundCloud. So, you're like that one in a million on SoundCloud. You know, that's like what everybody is like uploading their music on SoundCloud. Yeah, but the fact that yours actually took off. Yeah, like, no, it was really crazy. I remember I was in high school for a second, but I remember during science class opening my laptop when I should have definitely have been studying and like doing work. I was just checking. I refreshed my SoundCloud and it was like 12 million, and I was like, what the heck? What song? Alessia Cara's Here. You covered it? Yeah, I covered it. And it just went crazy. It went crazy, yeah. And then all my covers started like doing really well. So then what happens? It's like you start popping off, and then did the emails start coming to you, or you just were like, okay, now what? Like, I'm sitting in science class and I'm famous. Yeah. So got some emails here and there, but like kind of like more of the sketchy ones, like the not legit. Right, right. So I had, pivoting back to Instagram, I had these covers that I was posting, and I knew I wanted management. So I took it upon myself to make a fake Instagram account. And I went on this Instagram account, created a whole fake profile. I'm like actually crazy. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. This might be a hot tip. Let's hear it. And I sent my video and tagged every major manager, label, A&R, executive, whoever, you know, in all of my videos and like in DMs. And then finally, like, people were reaching out, and one manager reached out and she became my actual manager. And to this day, she doesn't know. It went down in the DMs. Went down in the DMs. To this day, she has no clue that, like, she said, she's like, oh, I discovered you. I'm like, I actually discovered you. So wait, that's so funny. No, yeah. So when you made this fake Instagram, was it like, were you pretending to be like a manager and being like, oh, I have this talent? Or no, I was just pretending to be just like a kid, being like, you have to check her out. She's so good. You're missing out on her. Guys, that's a really good tip. Yeah, I've never heard of that approach, honestly. That's probably why it worked. Yeah. Because that's unique, yeah. And I just didn't know how else to get my foot in the door and to be, you know, heard, and like what the next step would be. That is pretty crazy. That is a very interesting way to go about it. But that's what you got to do. I know when you have no connections, I mean, I did stuff like that too. Like, you just got to get your break any way you can. Exactly. If I want something, I'm going to find a way to get it. And I'm very it's the Sagittarius in you. It's the Sagittarius. We figured out before filming we're both Sagittarius. So yes, exactly. Everything makes sense now. It's all adding up. So I'm a diehard One Direction fan. And I saw that Zayn had left One Direction and was moving to a different management company. And what did I do? Dialed +44. It was a UK management company, and I just called them up, and I was like, "What would happen if you just called Taylor up? Literally, just called Zayn up. If you just called Zayn up?
What would happen if you just called Taylor up?"
I called the company up. I had, I think, two or three original songs to my name at this point, and I'm like 16 years old now. Like actual like playable demos. I have
like I had written a bunch of songs, but like nothing that I would like send to people.
Right.
And an intern answered the phone, and he's like, honestly, I've never gotten a phone call like this before, but here's my email, send me some songs. So I think I sent him like 2 half songs, like not even full songs. And looking back, they were just like horrendous. The fact that he even, you know.
Took the time.
Yeah. But he called back like 10 minutes later and he's like, is there a parent around? Is your mom around or something? And he spoke to my mom on the phone for like 45 minutes. And by the end of the phone call, we had just come up with a plan of how we're going to meet because they're in the UK. But thankfully, I was a couple months away from going to Ireland where my family lives. And that's a quick trip over. That's like an hour. So from Ireland that summer, went to London, met with them. We started courting each other for about a year and a half. And then from there, did a lot more writing, and they offered me a publishing deal. And
that is nuts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like the point A to point B of that story of you being like just a Zayn fangirl and then an intern taking your call and then getting a publishing deal.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you really do have such like a 1 in a million kind of story.
Oh my God.
Truly, like I feel like these odds are so in your favor. It was like just definitely meant to be.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you get the publishing deal.
So I got the publishing deal. Well, they told me that they wanted to give me one. And right before it's like ready to sign, they're like, oh, Warner Chappell actually also wants to join in on it. So it's like, that's even crazier. Now we have, you know, both companies, and Warner's like massive.
Yeah, they're Warner,
Yeah. So I was absolutely over the moon, you know, 17 years old at this time now. And I've been, you know, just going for it, what feels like forever. So to finally feel like, oh, things are kind of paying off was so nice. And Warner took me in right away while the deal was getting done. Now that like Warner was involved, the deal was taking a while. I didn't end up signing until I was 18, which made sense because now like a legal guardian didn't have to sign off. But they put me in rooms with such incredible writers and producers, and I learned so much during that time. I was like so blessed.
Your songwriting credits are pretty crazy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, do you mind, like, can you name drop a little bit? Like, can you do a little humble brag?
Little humble brag. My first song credit ever, which I think is really cool, is Tate McRae's Stupid. We wrote that one in New York. I wrote that with her and a couple of friends.
Like, that is just crazy.
No, it is. And at the time, like, sometimes when you're in it, you're not very, like, aware of how awesome.
That's what I was just going to ask you. If you had, like, kind of, like, imposter syndrome, or if you were just too young and, like, you couldn't even process, like, the level of your, like, success, you know? Or were you just going with the flow and you're like, oh, this is my life now, like, whatever?
I think I was just going with the flow and just how lucky. I hate to say that word.
Yeah.
Because I worked really hard for it. But just the lucky feeling to be like, wow, you know,
I'm in the room with these people and working with them, and we're like contemporaries. Like, I'm not just a fan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm working with people that wrote my favorite songs. Like, that's a dream come true. Like, 8-year-old Lauren is quaking right now. Like, no joke.
I'm Lauren, and today we're going to be talking about...
That's what I think is really funny, too, about, like, this younger generation of us that are, like, coming up now. Like, a lot of us were, like, big fans. And now it's, like... I mean, that happens to me a lot, too, where I'm, like, trying to keep my cool when I'm talking to somebody that I was, like, a massive fan of growing up. It's, like, a weird...
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
Try and play it cool.
You're like, hey.
Oh, my God. Speaking of... I was at a Grammy party and I saw Niall Horan.
Yeah. What is that like? I was gonna say, as like a One Direction girl, because I know that like the One Direction fans, they're next level. They're not. They may be like the most diehard fandom, I would say.
Oh, for sure. And I was definitely a part of that.
And then, so how are you supposed to like act cool? Like, did you act cool?
I tried so hard, because this time, like, I met him for the first time in like a music setting where we're you know, both artists. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, you know,
Right.
just an awesome thing. And we were able to speak about music and like where I was signed to, what I was working on, all of that. But yeah, no, my heart was absolutely racing.
I was gonna say, so like, what did you say? Do you remember what you said? Like your opening line?
I don't remember.
Like that's what I don't even know how I would like open that conversation.
I think
Cause like, do you go full fangirl or are you like, hey, like who are you? Like, what's your name?
Sorry. You
look familiar.
I think I was just like, I can't believe I said this. I think that I said like, hey, Naya. So nice.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, bud. Haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way to play it cool when you meet a super famous person.
Yeah.
Especially if you grew up as a fan of them. Like, you just can't.
Yeah.
There's no
I
way.
tried to keep
I'm
my
sure you
cool,
did.
though.
I'm sure you
yeah.
did.
Yeah. He gave me a hug at the end, and I was like, woo!
So basically, you're dating.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are together?
Yeah, well, the ring on my finger.
It's exclusive.
Exclusive.
Well, speaking of that, I did want to play a little game with you, and it kind of ties into that theme of like dating and love songs and all of that. Are you down?
Yes, so down.
Yes, let's do it. All right, guys, we're back, and we're gonna play our version of red light, green light, except we're gonna call it red flag, green flag.
I love it.
Because obviously you write a lot of love songs.
Yes.
And I've also been told that you have a running list of red flags on your phone.
Oh my God, yeah.
Is this true?
Yes, very true.
I'm gonna give this to you.
Okay.
Pretty self-explanatory. Green for green flag, red for red flag.
Yeah.
Some of them are obscure. Some of them are like a little more obvious.
Yeah.
But it's up to you.
Okay.
No wrong answers here.
No wrong answers. Forewarning, I've been burned by many men, so we might get a lot of these.
Yeah. I am in the same boat with you there. So we're gonna start off strong here.
Okay.
Red flag or green flag if he doesn't have a bed frame. Red.
Yeah.
Care to elaborate? Like, what's your standard? Like, or have you ever walked into an apartment and been like horrified?
That's one guy.
Call him out. Anonymous call out.
And you know what? This is not really like fair, but he had like just an obscene amount of like collector toys, like which is cool. Like
no, that
I
happened
get.
to me one time with Legos, and I was like, "You're a grown man. You don't need fucking Lego
Yeah.
displays all over your house."
It was a lot. It was
Yeah.
a lot. Like I get a couple, but this was like an entire room.
Yes.
Like it could have been rented to like someone else, but instead he put his collection in there.
Right.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Wait, what was it a collection of?
I don't even know what like type of figurines they were, but they were like,
Fair enough.
yeah, it was just figurines. You lost me at figurines. Like,
Bed frame like is standard, but figurines is where we draw the line.
yeah.
Okay. Has an Instagram account for their pet. Green or red flag? Red flag?
Yeah. I don't like that.
Wait, that's funny. I don't either. I don't think I have encountered a guy that I've dated that has an Instagram just for their pet, but like I think it's for girls only. Like my dog has an Instagram.
I think
And that's okay.
that's cute. I don't know, just
I actually don't really update it anymore though. I feel like that was a thing. I got her, she's almost 4, and I feel like that was a big thing like 4 years ago.
yeah, exactly. And like I get it, like when you're a puppy,
Yes,
like
yeah.
that's cute. But I don't know. There's something about a guy that's really focused on, you know.
Other bitches.
Yeah.
I'm the only bitch in your life.
Exactly.
And also I feel like they're probably using that as like a burner account.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's not really about the dog.
Oh no.
It's so they can like,
It's about the dog. Yeah.
It's about the other.
Yeah.
Are we on to something? I feel like we maybe just figured something out.
No, genuinely.
Is that
though.
like the only reason guys have pet Instagrams?
Yeah. That makes so much sense.
They don't actually care.
No. I don't
No, they
believe
don't.
one guy.
They don't.
Yeah.
That is the reddest flag, actually. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Ask for your snap instead of your number.
Oh, goodbye.
That might be red flag number 1. I
That's
would
the
say.
biggest red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that at all. If you can't text me, like,
if you don't want my number and you're trying to snap,
Yeah, why
like,
don't you want a trace of it?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Why does it go away?
Where is this going?
Why can't
I'm
we
not
keep
a fan.
this on record?
Exactly. I'm not a fan of that.
Sus, red flag.
Yeah.
Okay. Thick accents.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an accent that like really speaks to you?
Oh yeah.
Like it really does it for you?
Yeah. A British accent and an Irish accent. But I was at the gym today and there were these like 3 Italian guys and I was like,
Wait, so does this all like trace back to your One Direction obsession, you think? The British and the Irish accent?
ooh. Well, my family's all Irish.
Okay, true.
So I spent a lot of time in
Yes.
Ireland meeting.
O'Connor. Irish
Let's go.
sisters.
Yes.
Irish side. We have so much in common.
Yeah, no,
Look
we
it up.
genuinely do. So I met a couple of Irish boys, you know, here and there.
Yeah.
And,
no, I get it.
Yeah.
Is there an accent that you're like, red flag? Or you just like are like, eh?
Honestly, no. I don't think I have a red
Yeah,
flag
I think
accent.
they're accents add like a little bit of flavor.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe American.
I know.
Maybe that's American accent. I don't want any Canadian and American. Ear done. Ear done.
You're done. Absolutely not. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. Tagging you in a photo without your permission.
What's the context? Like, it's like I didn't approve the photo.
Imagine like takes a photo of you and then all of a sudden it's like up.
I mean, I like the fact that he's posting me.
Yeah,
so
you're like, I'll take it.
It just, you know, depends on whether or not it's a cute photo. We'll have to talk about that
I feel
later.
like it is like a stereotype of like girls taking like the world's best photo of their boyfriend, like gorgeous lighting.
Yes,
great
and then they
angle,
take
and
like
take it
the
in
most blurry, yeah.
double chin, like horrid lighting.
Hey, as long
You'd
as
be
I'm
okay
up,
with that?
as
Like,
long as
worst
I'm
photo
up there,
ever?
as long as I'm up there
And claimed.
and claimed.
You're like, it's public.
Yeah, he clearly doesn't care.
So green flag.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, that's like an unexpected green flag. I like
Yeah.
that. Practices the sidewalk rule. Do you know the sidewalk rule?
No.
So the sidewalk rule, this is like an old school dating thing, but it's like technically chivalrous if they walk on the sidewalk closest to the car. So it's like if a car comes or something, they're like taking the brunt of it. Or if there's like a puddle of water, they get it and not your outfit. So these men don't even practice the sidewalk rule anymore, it sounds like.
Yeah. No.
What?
No, they don't do that.
See, I notice it. Like if a guy doesn't do the sidewalk rule, I'm like, why are you letting me walk by the car side? Now you gotta
Yes.
look out for it.
Oh
then.
yeah.
New
that
red
would
flag.
be a red flag if you don't do that.
Right.
Green flag if you do.
But now that's a new one to add to your list.
100%. Wow.
You gotta look out for that now.
100. Yeah, that's gonna be like my
It's
number
like a
one thing.
subtle one. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's subtle, but it says a lot. Like when I notice a guy doing it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then last one, and then I want to hear some off your list because I've heard you have a good list.
Okay.
This one's kind of silly.
Okay.
Big fan of Elvis.
Stop it. I'm triggered. I'm gonna have to leave. Red flag. I have. Okay.
Yeah, can you please explain?
Have, like,
this
a panic
is so
attack
funny
while-
to me.
Okay. Do you know how like some people have a real fear of like Michael Jackson?
Yes.
That's the same thing with Elvis.
Where did this come from?
I
Is
have-
it lifelong? Or like when the movie came out?
When the movie came out,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize something in my brain got triggered, and
You ran out of it there like it was a horror movie.
oh my god, yes. So it started with like seeing posts on TikTok of and I bet you he's the most lovely guy in the world, Austin Butler, but he unfortunately played Elvis, and it just.
He'll forever be Elvis to you.
He'll forever be Elvis to me, and it does not help that he has not gotten rid of the accent. So
Elvis accents then. Red flag.
Elvis accents, totally. But I've had this like fear. So me and my sister would be driving, and we'd see billboards of this movie, and I'd be like, oh my god, Elvis, like look away, gotta take this thing down. How much longer, right? I don't know why. I should probably unpack it in therapy on Monday. But I was like. My sister's name is Kat, and I was like, okay, Kat, I think we should go see this movie. Like, I think I
Face my
need
fear.
face my fear. we got to the movie theater. We were pretty early to the movie theater. We got there, and then all of a sudden the lights are starting to come down, and anxiety sets in, and I was like, Kat, we're out. I could not do it.
Oh my
I have no clue why. I don't know why, but like I just have this, like the same thing that people have for Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
I now have for Elvis and Austin Butler.
Well, this is a great platform because now we'll find out if there's more of you out there. Like maybe you're not alone. Maybe this Elvis fear is
Maybe it's a thing, or maybe I'm
or
just.
is it just you?
I feel like it could be just me. I've searched the
what
internet.
About Elvis music? Like no Elvis covers for you?
No. I like some
He's got
Elvis.
some good music,
yeah,
yeah.
he's got great music. I'll give the guy
I'll
that.
give him that. Just like you have to like listen with your eyes closed.
Yeah, I don't know what it's. It's a very new fear, you know.
Well,
so
we'll work through it.
we're
yeah.
working on it. Yeah, definitely.
I had to throw that one in there. That is just too funny. Are there any red flags that you look out for that I forgot?
Okay, so guys that wear like salmon colored shorts in the summer.
Yes.
Or even worse, like the shorts with like the sharks on them. Bye.
Anything
We're
but
done.
the shark shorts?
Yeah, we're good. Something about men that freeform rock climb that just
That is niche, but that's funny. I kind of agree with you on that.
if you're at the gym or just in general, but
Okay.
especially at the gym, and you start playing the air drums or like the air guitar, and you're like,
Okay,
oh
I
my
thought
god,
you
I
were gonna say
can't.
playing your music out loud because that drives me crazy. That's like a pet peeve when people like play their own music out loud because like
That's a pet peeve.
do they
for
just
sure.
not care or they just like think everybody wants to hear their music? Like,
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
that? But the air guitar, that's
No,
funny.
I
Or
can't
the air
do that.
drum.
That is so. That's like not even a red flag. That's just cringy to me.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the bold move.
Yeah, and they're like, I'm like,
don't see-
okay,
you don't see
okay.
that one too much.
We're walking 3.2 miles an hour on the treadmill. We're good. You could put the drums down.
Fair enough, honestly. Thank you for playing.
Oh my god, of course.
I think we have figured out what to look out for now.
Yes.
What's coming up? Because you have a lot going on. I mean,
Yes.
I saw you at the showcase last month, and guys, I'm gonna throw some clips in here because she was absolutely amazing. Like, you
Aw, thank
really
you.
were so good. And like,
Oh, oh my gosh, I'm a fool. Keep on coming back to you. I'm so stupid for you. I'm so stupid for you. You're so bad for my.
such a cool night. Like, it was just like a
Yeah.
really good energy in that room. And there was a moment with you specifically where you dedicated a song to your sister. I think
Yeah.
it's your last song. And like, your sister was, I mean, I was able to like watch this whole moment, and your sister was obviously super emotional, but like everybody in the room, I feel like, was getting emotional. So
Yeah.
tell us about that song and like that moment for you guys, why you decided to dedicate it to her. Like, just walk us through all of that.
Yeah, well, it was International Women's Day.
Yeah.
And my sister's just like a really strong woman in my life that I look up to. And she supports me through everything. Like she puts her own, like, she puts herself on the back burner just for me. And I like, she doesn't have to do that. And that means everything to me. So technically, I feel like every song should be dedicated to her. You know, feeling like I'm failing, getting kicked out of school, having anxiety, all these things that my sister watched me go through firsthand. Like if she knows me better than anyone else, and she knows, she like lived that with me.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good song to just kind of like dedicate to her, because
Have you done that before? Have you ever like dedicated a song to anybody? I feel like that's like a very like kind of special thing to do.
it is a special thing to do. I haven't done too many performances. That was, I believe, the first time I've ever dedicated a song.
Cool.
Yeah.
You get to witness it.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
awesome. No, but I could imagine. I mean, it's obviously so personal to even write a song, but then to
Yeah.
be in front of a room of people and like have that, it's like almost like letting the crowd in on like a private moment.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're letting them into your your mind, your heart, everything. It's very vulnerable, but you know, even after performing, doing that show, some girls were coming up to me saying like, I was crying, like your lyrics, you know, you said exactly what I was thinking and what I'm going through, and that's like what it's all about for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's I'm not the first girl to ever, you know, feel like my world is ending because a guy didn't treat me right, you know?
Right.
So
No, your lyrics are very relatable, 100%. And
Thank you.
like that is something that is hard to do, I feel like, because I feel like with songwriting, it's hard to say what hasn't been said a million times.
Yes.
So I really like it when I listen to a song and it feels very like modern.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like you do a really good job of that. And
Thank
just
you.
like, yeah, you're a really good songwriter. And I can tell that like family means a lot to you too. You have a song about your little brother as
Yes,
well, right?
yes,
Can you
yeah.
tell us about that song?
Yeah, so I think I wrote that song when he was about 2 or 3 years old. My family, like
And that's
you
a
said,
big age difference with you
huge
guys.
age.
Yeah.
Yes, so we're about I think 16 years apart.
Wow.
And he's my literal world. I love him to death, and he's so special and important to me. And I knew I wanted to write a song for him, and you know, something like I've gone through my hardships in life and I'm still going through them. I'm growing, and I wanted to write a song for him to know like little things about life. Like it's okay. Like the friends that you meet at 15 might not be your friends at 50.
Yeah.
You know, like all these like little things, and also just something for him to have with him for the rest of his life, to know that like I love him.
So you wrote it for him when he was 2. How old is he now?
He's 7 now.
So does he understand the song now?
Oh my gosh, yes. So
And it's titled, what is
it's
the
called
title again?
Austin's Song.
Austin's Song. Like,
Yeah.
there's no denying that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's his song. Yeah, it's his song. And he didn't get it at first, of course, because he was so young. But last year in kindergarten, he started understanding what I do. He's like, he calls me Lala. And he's like, oh, Lala writes songs. And, you know, she writes them all about me. And I was like, okay, Austin, I wrote you one song, but chill
let's
out.
not get carried away.
Yeah, let's not get carried away. But he went into school and like told all of his friends, and he gets it now. And yeah, I think he enjoys it too. He always goes to me, he's like, are you gonna post this on YouTube or TikTok? Am I gonna be famous? I'm like, okay.
When's our music video shoot?
Yeah.
Like, I'll put some time in my kindergarten schedule.
Yeah, I know.
Between math and recess.
Exactly. No, but he has like a natural love for, you know, music and writing too now, which has been fun because especially during the pandemic, I spent a lot of time with him just like recording his vocals and showing him, you know, how to do that.
That's gonna be so sweet to listen to his like little baby voice.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We made music videos during the pandemic.
It's my time to shine. It's my time to shine. It's a beautiful, beautiful world.
When you were talking about the showcase earlier, you said you haven't had a lot of performances.
Yes, yeah.
So was it because of the pandemic? Like when your career and the publishing and all that stuff was kicking off, like you really weren't able to perform, and now you're just kind of getting into it, or?
Yeah. When I first got signed, I spent a lot of time just focused in the studio. And then I signed my first record deal, and then the pandemic hit, and there was no time, there was no performing. So this is kind of, the first time
Wow.
being able to do that post-pandemic.
Are you like hoping to go on a tour?
Oh
or
my
a
gosh,
festival? Like what's on
all
the
of that.
agenda? Yeah.
I'd love to tour. I'd love to do festivals.
I feel like that must be kind of scary. Like, would you just immediately go out on a solo tour, or do you think you would like play some small shows first? Because you're signed with such a big, you know, like you're with the big dogs. So like, do they just send you out to the wolves and you're like, bye, good luck?
Like, go handle it.
How does that work?
So I think it's a little bit of a slow build. I'd love to, you know, do my own shows. I'd love to open for some bigger artists and kind of just like get my feet wet and understand how touring works. I am going to play 2 dates with Hunter Hayes in May,
cool.
which is going to be fun, in San Diego and LA. So that'll be another
awesome.
like great opportunity to just, you know, practice and be in front of people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what's like new? What songs do you have in the works? Is there an album in the works? Like, what are you ready to perform?
I have so many songs, like way too many songs, where we're at the point of like, okay, we have to
Narrow it
kill
down.
some, which is so hard for me because I write all my songs about very specific and personal experiences. So to let go of a song is kind of hard. But
Would you give it to someone else? Or would that be weird, you know, because it was right about something so personal? Or would you be like, here you go, Selena? Go
Yeah.
Liz.
Oh no, definitely.
You can sing it.
Oh my God, Selena.
Yeah.
For sure. I love her.
I always wondered about that with songwriters because, like, if it is something super personal to your experience, would it be weird to hear someone else sing it like it was their pain or something, you know?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at giving it to the right artist for sure. Yeah. I have a song called Crying My Eyes Out that is, oh my God, my child. I went out one night with my friends and ran into a guy that I had liked and had been seeing and was trying to get over him. And of course, you know, when you're just trying to get over someone,
That's
you
when
see
they
them.
show up.
Yeah, that's when they show up.
I know.
He was out and he was with another girl dancing. And I had sessions booked with my producer and co-writers, and we tried to write it. And I was just like, no, this is not it. Tuesday, sat down, did the same thing. Wednesday, Thursday. I just kept leaving. I was going to cancel Friday because I felt so defeated. I wanted to write about this one experience and how it broke me all over again, you know? I was starting back from the beginning, trying to re-heal and get over this guy. But I showed up on Friday. I was like, we're not a quitter. And we wrote Crying My Eyes Out. And I fought really, really hard for it to come out. At one point, you know, people were like, oh, let's maybe, you know, think about a different...
this one for now.
Yeah, and I was like, no, this song is special. And, you know, seeing the reaction on the internet from, like, so many people has just been amazing. And clearly, like, people resonate with it. So that comes out next Friday, April 21st, and I'm so excited about that.
So you've just been kind of teasing it so far?
I've been teasing it.
Yeah.
It's been doing its thing on TikTok, which has been fun. It's like 4.4 million.
Wow.
And they're all like, release the song already. I'm like, I'm trying.
And so it is coming out on April 21st?
Yes, yeah.
On all platforms?
On all platforms.
Is there like a music video or
Not
anything like
yet,
that?
but I would love to do a music video for that
Have you done one? Like in general?
Yes, I have.
Yeah?
I have. And it's so much fun.
I was going to say, I feel like that would be a really fun process.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I can't wait.
To life.
Yeah, I can't wait to do one again. Hopefully it's this song, but if not, it'll be another one. Like I said, there's way too many songs in the works right now. But we do have a lyric video that will be up on YouTube. So.
And it's coming right up, y'all. There is so much to look forward to in Frawley's world.
Yes.
And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
You're a great guest. Thank you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Frawley, and TikTok is FrawleyX. I'll see you later.
That's it, y'all. Thank you so much.